2414 is a podcast about finding hope and common ground through casual conversation. Like the friends on the road in the New Testament, in Luke chapter 24, verse 14, we want to walk away with more understanding that leads to more conversation as the journey continues. Thanks for walking with us.
And welcome back to another episode of 2414. I'm Dan, that's Shane. Hi, Shane.
Woo! Hello.
It's just the two of us today in our wonderful home studio. Our default office place for recording. Coming to you live, recorded, wherever you get this sort of thing. We're a podcast where we have conversation, we're processing life, we are exploring things that matter. Sometimes it feels silly, sometimes it maybe feels more sacred or deep or surface, and we're sort of okay wherever it goes because that's life. If you joined us last episode, Dave was with us, and I left you with a question, and the answer to that question is 2,717 feet.
Wow, that's
2,717 feet.
That's a big thing, whatever the question was. I realized I don't remember.
Kept you in suspense, and so
you got to watch the whole last episode to figure out what that question was.
You can rest well. Today we're gonna share highs and lows. We're going to have a little fun playing a game or two, and then we're going to continue making our way through the vibrant conversation deck. We've probably done about 6 or 8 of these cards. Maybe
put a small dent into it.
Put a dent into it. We're not playing with a full deck of cards, I'll tell you that anymore.
Well, definitely not anymore.
Definitely. We started with a full deck.
The game is rigged now.
And Shane, my question of the day is, in summertime, do you stick with hot coffee or do you switch to ice? So high and low, and how do you take your coffee in the summer? Why don't you get us started, Shane?
All right, we'll kick things off. Did we explain highs and lows or?
Highs and lows.
Highs and lows.
Happy, crappy. What's something worth celebrating? What's something that's a grief?
I don't know if you explained it and I just missed it either. It happens.
A high or a celebration. It's that thing in your life where it's a good thing. You want to be thankful. Sometimes people knock on wood or they don't say the thing aloud because they're afraid the goblins are going to snatch it away. But we can give thanks. We can be grateful. We can say it aloud. We can celebrate a win and not be boastful. It's just like, I have good news. I want to share it. It could be big or small. Similarly, when there are challenges in our life, we can share our grief, and it's not whining or complaining necessarily. It might be, but we can share burdens.
I can't get over the goblins snatching my good news away.
Well, that's like the history behind like knocking on wood.
Is it actually?
Like, oh, it's sunny today. Knock on wood, and like whatever fairies are out there, you have to like drive them back into the trees. Otherwise, they're out to get you.
Oh, but if you knock on wood, they hide again or something.
It's this weird superstition. So this is one of my things as a pastor. Christians don't knock on wood. We give thanks to the Lord. We don't have to hide our joys because the world's out to get us.
Yeah,
God isn't waiting to catch
karma
you.
Whatever.
God's not waiting like, oh, you're happy, are you? Not anymore.
Yeah.
No, we give thanks unto the Lord, for He is good. So we don't need to hide.
Steadfast love endures forever.
Yeah. We don't hide our joys and knock on wood so the goblins don't steal them away.
I love that.
You can Google it, but I think that's part of the history there.
I'm having a fun time visualizing it.
The tree goblins.
The tree goblins. Okay. Highs and lows. Lows would just be that, I feel like I'm in the fourth worst state to be buying a home right now. But it's a lot to look forward to. That Lauren and I are in the home buying process, but it's also just
not
brutal.
Like under contract in process. In searching.
Correct.
In the
searching
search.
for,
okay.
And we've we are in the midst of the highs and lows, mainly lows, because the high is that, when we finally like
the price is the high.
The price is the high, but the I'd say like in the waves of like, this is the home, and then we get outbid, this is the home, and then it falls under. And so, it's a lot of emotions and riding that roller coaster of, not putting all our eggs in one basket, but you have to put your eggs in that basket. That's the only way you could
all of your eggs for the next 30 years in that basket.
Correct. Yeah. With money I can't even imagine paying ever in my lifetime. But It's exciting, nonetheless, but it's also just a brutal process. But we just feel so blessed in the process because throughout the whole roller coaster of everything, we have so many people behind our back who are willing to help us in the whole process, willing to help us even just like in the renovations and the improvements of home that we might need to buy. So we feel very fortunate in this process. Cool. That's awesome. But the low is just the home buying process is not fun. But high, I think would be I would just say we're going to be wrapping up our gig. I don't know. We're going out with a bang. Lauren and I, our duo Shore Lane. We had an awesome kind of concert or like intimate house setting we played at this past weekend, and it was really awesome, special. And then by the time this episode releases, we'll have finished our final concert before we're taking a little break. But it's just been a fun season of gigging, and it's been a good casual pace. We haven't been burning ourselves out gigging, but we've been doing it enough to have fun and maintain it and still be able to create music in there. So I think it's a little bit of the mixture of the high that I'm trying to think of on the spot
that's okay.
So we're going to be releasing we're going to be releasing a song before baby is born later in July, and I'll probably be plugging it very often because I think this one is a really, really special song.
Okay.
So I'll just tease it with that. We'll have done it at the concert, and we'll be sharing more and more of it.
We'll be overwhelmed by the complexity of the lyrics.
No, I think it'll reach everyone's heart, soul, and mind.
Okay.
Yes.
Stay tuned
for more. Iced coffee or a cold coffee in the summer. I think I just have I have absolutely no coffee pattern whatsoever.
Okay.
There's no true routine of like I wake up at 7:30 every morning and drink exactly 1.5 cup of coffee before I go into the office, and which one point I'll drink another cup of coffee at 9 a.m. or I'll have it'll just be a random day of like I feel like drinking coffee today, and I'll drink 3 cups of coffee yesterday, and then I'll drink 1 cup of coffee today, and then I'll be in a pattern of like I don't feel like drinking coffee this week, and then I'll drink tea the other, and then whatever else. I'll only drink iced tea if Lauren is willing to make it for me. I will not go through the whole process of brewing coffee, putting it in it, waiting for it to cool, putting it in a jar, and then putting that in the fridge.
You said iced tea or iced coffee?
Iced coffee. Sorry, I meant iced coffee. It's just it's a process to make iced coffee that I think it does taste better.
Okay.
Especially when the weather's nice here, but it's more of a luxury than like I need it.
Yeah.
So if I was religious and drinking like coffee and I had my patterns down, I think I would much more prefer drinking iced coffee like in the mornings and in the routine. So yes, but I feel like the question just doesn't
It's a bad question. Okay.
Yeah, terrible question.
Okay. All right.
Worst bottom 10 questions 24-14 has ever seen.
Try not to take that personally.
No, I'm kidding. I love it. It makes me think. I love iced coffee, but it doesn't matter as much to me. But sure.
All right.
Yes.
Cool. There it is. Now we know the world can rest easy tonight.
Now we can sleep. So that's my 40-minute answer to all these questions and highs and lows and coffee. So how about you? What are your happy crappies and coffee preferences in the summer?
Recording this podcast, having this conversation with you is a joy and a burden, Shane.
Oh, you have to be a burden.
Here's why it's a burden is because I feel like I'm not just going on record, but I'm confronted by my failings regularly. I have lows, and many of them are my fault, my own most grievous fault.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be easy to say the low today, I don't know, just make something up really shallow. Like the Cardinals lost, which, okay, that's a low, but that's whatever. But my honest low is I'm a grumpy, impatient father and husband far more often than I would like. And that's regretful and woeful. And Charlotte and I had our 20th anniversary last week. Yeah. So that's a high, but like just the other side of the coin is like I should be nicer after 20 years of this woman putting up with me and loving me and caring for me, and the petty things that I get sad or grumpy or short about just don't matter. So that's my low is the mirror of God's law that says, hey, here's what it means to be like a father and a husband or even just like a decent person. Oh, dang it. That's not how I am. Shoot. So I'm a broken person, and that sucks. Stinks.
We all are.
Yeah, thanks.
Or we all fall short.
It's true. But I wanna be and do better.
That's good.
So
those are good convictions, though.
So that's
like I don't know. I feel like it'd be terrible. It'd be even worse if you were like, I'm the best. Everyone should be jealous of me and my
high is what a great father and husband I am.
And then your kids and wife are like,
my low is I feel bad for my neighbors and friends because they're not where I'm at.
All right, we're gonna clip that and and share it every.
Oh Lord. Here's a random high in celebration is I don't remember the last time I had to mow my lawn.
What?
Because I've got two.
You got a jungle out there?
No. Well, sorry, neighbors. Actually, a little bit on the one side.
Oh, right.
I looked at the window. It's like, Charlotte, did you know those weeds were there? Oh yeah, sorry. So we need to be a better neighbor there. But I have two teenagers who are eager for income.
Really? Oh.
So I've created this bidding war. Not really, but like, all right, $5. Who will do it for $4.50? All right, do you $4.25? I don't actually. We take turns, but
yeah,
they both want the income, so I feel like I could leverage that to drive prices down.
Yeah.
so they're serving. They're humble kids. They like to get out there and work,
but also learning the value of chores and like taking care of homes through means of. Yeah.
So that's a high. Another high is, it sounds cheap or cliche to talk about the weather, but the weather's been amazing this week. Sun's out.
I think it's been fine the past few days.
We have different
standards. I don't want to hijack your high. Sorry.
You can, whatever. I've enjoyed the sunshine. I've enjoyed the cool breeze.
It has been pleasant. Yeah.
It's this weird thing. Maybe it's everywhere, but I've been more aware of it living in Washington, where the weather can be on this cusp where I go for a walk and in the shade, I'm chilly. I put my hoodie on, and then I get in the sun, like, now I'm too warm. It's like a 3-degree difference, but I'm Goldilocks.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this Goldilocks season in Washington where it can get warm or cool. Depending, you turn a corner and the breeze stops, and now it's too warm.
And now it's
or you get in the shade and now it's too chilly. It's a fun. I like that kind of volatile comfort level thing.
Yeah.
All right. Coffee. I like hot coffee in the morning. And
even in the heat of July.
So we don't have air conditioning, and I think once it starts to get warmer, I'll probably just drink less coffee.
That's that's your answer. Is just less hot beverages.
I think so.
Okay.
Because like you were saying, I don't take the time, and I don't actually have the expertise to make iced coffee. I wouldn't know what to do.
I wouldn't call it expertise. You just
add ice to your coffee?
You make it cold. Yeah. Like
what do you mean make it cold? I don't have a button for that on my thing.
No, I don't. I mean, we don't either. But like you whatever you think you need to do to make your coffee cold is probably what you have to do.
So I could make it the night before and put it in the fridge. Is that a thing?
I think that's what. So anytime Lauren and I have made iced coffee, we take our leftover pot of coffee, put it in a old pickle jar.
I need
put
a
it
jar.
In the fridge.
That's the thing. I don't have a jar.
Whatever container you have, you put that in the fridge, and then you put it over ice the next morning, or whenever else you want to use.
The jar coffee makes it sound rustic.
There's a pretty nice like rustic feel to the jar. There's
something cool about that.
Because then you can just open the jar, put some ice in it.
Oh, right out of the jar. Would you have a handle on your jar, or just like you're gripping it?
Oh, you could just grip it.
Okay.
Make sure you clean your jars.
All right. That's our message, friends. That's our message. Clean your jars.
Clean your jars.
Really, those jars need cleaning.
Unless you want your coffee to have that dill taste to it. But like I think the other way you could is you you pour your hot coffee into a ton of ice, and then
that's got to water it down, right?
Yeah, I don't like that, but that's the instructions on Keurig. Like, oh, you want iced coffee? Just put more ice in it while it's scalding hot.
It seems like you would have to adjust the grounds for this. Make it denser.
I don't know.
Overcompensate.
I'm so far from a coffee guy to know those.
I have a coffee friend. I can talk to him.
Yeah.
His name is Jacob. He talks about like grams and milligrams.
Let's bring Jacob on. I want to hear more about the coffee lore.
Okay. Yeah. He used to like refurbish his own grinders, and yeah, he was deep in the world. I think he's found the light again, but he was deep for a while.
I don't know if you can ever find your way out once you're in that deep of.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Shane, for sharing your highs and lows. I don't take that for granted. I know we do this all the time, but that matters. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you too.
So Wits and Wagers is a game that we are not going to play by the rules because most tabletop games, believe it or not, don't translate well to a podcast.
Surprise.
So we're going to adapt Wits and Wagers for what we do here. And the question is going to give a numerical answer. And we are going to play a best of 3. So the first one to 2 wins. I'm telling you, that's what we're doing today.
Okay.
First one, whoever gets 2 rounds, that's it. Right. If it goes to the rubber match, we'll go to the rubber match. But it might just be a sweep. Who knows?
I like it. All right, I like it.
And we're going to whoever is the closest without going over. So if you go over by 1 and the under person is under by 10 million, under wins.
Mm-hmm. But if we both go over, it's just whoever's
closest at that point.
Right, I like it.
So we're going to do best of 3.
All right.
And here's our first question.
All right.
In what year did construction begin on the White House? In what year?
I feel like you've got an upper hand on this
because I'm older than you.
No.
I wasn't there for it.
No, but
in what year did construction begin?
You've got family ties to Virginia.
I do. I've been to Virginia, and the White House is north of Virginia. In what year did construction begin?
You say north of Virginia, but Virginia is already a blob.
That's true.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna write down a number. And I have very little confidence in my number. But what I've written. Shane, in what year?
All right.
Are you ready? Do you want to go? You want to read yours first?
All right. What year did they start construction?
Construction begin.
This could be an arbitrary one of like, technically they laid the first brick in 1600.
Then.
But whatever. I'm saying 1841.
Ooh, we were close. I said 1851.
Ooh, okay.
I'm nervous though.
I feel good. I think
you got me. I think you got me. It just looks so amazing.
I feel like it's going to be later than we think too.
Wow. We both overbid and you win.
Yes.
1792.
Woo! Okay.
Although President Washington oversaw the construction of the White House, he never lived in it.
I knew that. I remember that George Washington didn't live in the White House. But I thought it was like around, I don't know. I thought it was much later that they like actually finished it.
I was thinking, I'm pretty sure Lincoln did, so I just went a little before Lincoln.
Yeah, that was my time frame as well.
But not nearly early enough.
I'm so bad at presidents.
1792.
Okay.
There you go.
I think that makes sense to me.
So congratulations.
Too crazy about it.
Congratulations, Shane. That one goes to you.
Thank you.
So this is it. If this is bottom of the 9th, 2 strikes.
Did you want to do the other one?
I looked at it on accident.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't see the number, but I saw the fact. So I feel
All right, new card.
So if you get it, you get it.
If I win, I win. But
if not, I can force Game 7 here.
All right, we like it.
In 2014, you were alive for this.
Yes, I was.
So you have a chance. In 2014, how many channels did the average American TV viewer have?
Because you could pick and choose how many channels you had on cable.
In 2014, how many channels did the average American TV viewer have?
What does it even quantify as a TV viewer? Are you a TV viewer?
I have a TV.
Are you a TV viewer?
I've never paid for cable.
You're not a real TV viewer, I guess.
But I don't know. I'm an average. I'm part of the average. In 2014, how many channels did the average American TV viewer have? I've got a number.
I do too.
Okay.
Right.
Shane?
We're going to go with a raw 100.
Okay. Ooh, I said 125. I feel like I've got a chance.
Yeah, because I know like
it could be 400 or it could be like 17
channels. Were like there's like channel 9,273, and it's just a weird like
was Dish
jazz
stuff
channel.
like that available by then? Was it more than cable?
2014 was mostly cable. Dish was phasing out.
All right, here we go. And the answer is 189.
189.
It starts with back then. Back then, a person watched about 13% of those channels for 10 minutes a week. What does that mean? They watched 10 minutes for each of those 13%?
I think so.
Or they only watched 10 minutes of TV a week over those 13% of 189 channels.
I think on 13% of those channels, they watched at least 10 minutes.
So that's like 25 channels a week for 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
I bet our media consumption has skyrocketed.
It's got to be way more.
It's disgusting since then. Okay.
It's disgusting. Making it close
Here we go. Final question.
Okay.
How many viewers watched the final episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show? How many viewers watched the final episode of the Oprah? And by the way, this one is reported by the Wall Street Journal. How many viewers, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, watched the final episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show?
Now I feel like our answers are finally going to be very different.
Find some divergence here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I don't even.
Just think about Oprah. Think about her last show. How many people watched it? That's all you got to do. It's not a hard question, Shane. Just think about it.
It's of course
Oprah Winfrey.
All right.
I wrote down 10 million.
I wrote 17 million.
All right.
It's gonna be.
It could be 1 million.
I wanted to go higher than you. That was my goal because I feel like it's going to be some outlandish like number.
Who knows? She had her own magazine at this point, her own network.
The richest woman.
She's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. How many viewers watched the final episode of the Oprah Winfrey Show? 16.4 million.
Oh no! There's your cheers.
And you get a car.
I was so close. Wow.
It says the Oprah Winfrey Show had been the #1 U.S. talk show for 20 straight seasons.
20
Dang. That's a long time to be on top of your game.
It is.
Think about a sport dynasty. 20? Nobody's ever got 20 in a row. Nobody's ever got 10 in a row. Oprah did it for 20 seasons.
How many years? I don't know how many years that
20 years.
It doesn't mean season doesn't necessarily equate to year.
I bet it does.
It probably does, but yeah. Wow.
Shane, if I recall correctly, I may have had to come from behind last week too, or 2 weeks ago.
I think you did.
I think I clutched victory.
Yeah, because I think we did.
We had more rounds.
There were more rounds, but oh wow.
Whew, what a day.
Good game.
What a
good
day.
game.
Okay.
Valiant effort. Yeah. Outburst.
All right, we're gonna pivot here.
Yeah. I'm outburst deprived now. Okay. At least 3-4 weeks from at least just I need to be humbled again.
So Shane and we are both relatively competitive people. But I think I'll speak for myself. I've learned that at times it's, having fun matters more, but I like to win.
Yeah.
But we're going to pivot here from competition to collaboration.
Mm-hmm. And this is a group collaboration.
You get to play along at home.
Yes. Viewer, listener at home. You're playing this crazy game called Outburst, which is similar to, I guess, like Family Feud in that there's a topic. It could be Wisconsin. And then we got to name top 10 things based Wisconsin. It could be beer, cheese, whatever.
Sausage.
It's very abstract things. This game is also from the 80s, so the questions are very out of date. And, if it didn't age well, we might just veto a card because things were just different in the 80s.
Yeah, and sometimes I've realized that too late.
When we're in the car.
So I apologize.
Yeah.
Also, some people, this is your wheelhouse. You're like, stuff that happened before the 80s is my thing.
So you might rock. You'll probably do better than us. I feel like most people normally do.
I think it's a pretty low bar.
So we've got a timer.
What color timer? We've got
three timers now, so it's now been lost. I think the white sand.
White's the original.
Yeah, I think.
Stick with it.
Yeah, because these could be, the other timers could be like 20 seconds. I don't know.
Every game we get comes with a timer.
And we've just we've got all the timers lying out.
Some people collect spoons. We collect sand timers.
We do. We've got 3 of them at least. Okay. What's our outburst prompt?
All right. Again, if you're driving, now's a good time to pause the podcast, pull over, be safe out there. Eyes on the road. Or talk to that person at the table next to you at the coffee shop and say, hey, do you have about 59 seconds? I could use your help. Mm-hmm. And we're going to share the category. Shane and I are going to verbally explode. Mm-hmm. And we are going to try to get all 10 correct answers related to this category.
We'll do our best to keep track of them too.
Things that are printed. Things that are printed. Go.
Bible.
Newspaper.
Magazines.
T-shirts.
Postcards.
Envelopes.
Letters.
Books. Magazines.
Resume.
Maps. Printed contracts.
Books.
You print affidavits. You print
creeds. I don't know.
You print money.
Oh, and that's a good one.
You print
stamps. I don't know.
Woodcuts. You
homework.
Print
typewriter.
Bills.
That's a good one.
Print
taxes.
Invoices.
That's bills.
Somebody prints.
I think you said that. Maybe
a box.
Checks.
You print. Time.
We got 1.
No, we got 4.
What is it with things printed? I don't
know. They could have been asking some other category.
It's gonna be like To Kill a Mockingbird.
So Shane, what's your? I say 4. I say a solid, humble. Usually overshoot. This time I think a legitimate 4.
I'm saying a solid 3. I bet it's gonna just be like books, famous books from the 80s. Fahrenheit 451.
No. I guess it could be. Did we say?
I said books. I said okay. Books.
We said a lot. Here we go. Things.
What do you think this 80s game has?
Things that are printed. Oh, jeepers.
Oh, no.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. Number 1, invitations.
Invitations.
Before, what was that? What's that sign up? Before Sign Up Genius, people used to print invitations.
You didn't handwrite invitations?
They were printed, Shane.
What do you go to Walgreens, buy
You printed them. Number 2, resumes.
I said resume.
Did you?
I did. I wrote it down. Resume.
Okay. I didn't hear you. 1.
Yep.
Number 3, letterheads.
Letterheads.
I think we said letters, but not letterheads.
We said letters, but not letterhead. Very different.
Number 4, envelopes.
Did we say? I said postcards.
I wrote
letters.
I have envelopes right here.
You did. Okay. Good
envelopes.
Job. Good job.
So we're at 2.
Yep.
Number 5, bumper stickers. Those get printed, believe it or not.
Not stickers.
Bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers.
All right. So we're at 2. Number 6, business cards.
Business cards.
We didn't say that.
Those are printed.
Number 7, newsletters. Those are also printed.
Not newspapers.
No, not
letters.
I thought for sure newspaper.
How is newspaper not printed?
Okay. So newsletters.
Newsletters.
Number 8, announcements. Those get printed.
Just
things to be announced.
Just
are often printed.
What whose announcements?
Announcements. Maybe death, maybe birth, maybe wedding. Things that were deserved to be announced were often printed back in the 80s.
Technic words. We might as well put that on there.
Words.
Okay.
English characters were printed. Number 9, we also did not get brochures. Those would be printed. One would print a brochure.
Oh my goodness.
And finally, number 10, we also didn't get...
Everyone's favorite.
Actually, this is making a comeback.
Okay.
Really, this one went away for a while. I'll give you a clue. It went away during COVID, and now it's coming back. What was printed before COVID, not during COVID, and is now being printed again?
That's a tricky trivia one. I can't put my...
You're going to get it when I say it. You took them for granted, and then COVID, you didn't get one.
Cash?
No. Menus.
Oh!
Remember, they stopped doing them, and
they're finally making a comeback.
Yeah.
Although not everywhere.
No.
And we judge those places that don't have them.
It's true. Like, all right, your QR codes are cute, but give me a menu.
I don't want to look at my phone when I'm at a restaurant.
Yeah, I came here for a date with my wife. I don't want to stare at my phone. So we got 2. We got resumes and envelopes.
You baited me to pick a higher number. 3 was my higher number.
Newspaper. We would have had it with newspaper. That's all we needed.
The books aren't printed, I guess.
Money. Money's printed.
I thought stamps was the crazy one. Bibles?
That was
those were like the iconic printing press.
They used to print Bibles, yeah.
Oh man,
that was the first thing Gutenberg printed.
I need a redemption.
Okay,
I need redemption. That one hurt me.
Okay, we can't do that one.
We can't. Well, hey, we gotta.
No, we.
I know. We put all the.
Here, I'll read the one we're not gonna do, mainly because it would be embarrassing.
Oh, because we would suck at it. Yeah.
How many Supreme Court justices from the 80s or before?
Thank you for vetoing that one. Because that would have been probably the worst one.
Okay, this is the redemption tour.
All right, no matter what, unless it's bad. But
speaking of which, Shane, I feel like we could invite some feedback or input from our listeners. This isn't quite announcement. We're a brochure. We're not going to print this yet, but we are approaching our 100th episode of 2414.
We are. I've got ideas for 100th episode.
Do we want ideas from our listeners or do we not?
I would love ideas. Let's get the creative ball rolling in the next 2-3 episodes. We are very close.
So I'd thrown out Dan's favorite things, 100 favorite things.
We just read a list.
I just bring a list of my 100,
and you slowly read through them.
No, you got to guess them. We're going to do it Outburst style. I've got a list. You and 3 friends until you get my 100. We're going to lock ourselves in the room like telephone style.
The category is as abstract as printed things. By the way, favorite things like food, hobbies. What are we?
We're going to do marathon. Telethon style. Nobody leaves the room until you get my 100. That's just one option. There's other options available.
There are. So listeners, if you think of better options than slowly reading. It
doesn't have to be better. I'm not sure better's out there, but different.
That's true. We're up for the ideas, so maybe.
Okay, Shane, are you ready?
This is it. I think we're committing.
Okay. We may have done this one.
Well, let's see how good we do.
All right, listeners.
Even if we've done
this is our final round of Outburst for the day. Things at a human sacrifice.
What? Okay, go. A dagger.
Skull.
Heart.
Fire.
Bones.
Altar.
Flames.
Priest.
Candles.
Children.
Symbols.
Goat.
Animal.
Blood.
Isaac.
Wailing. Screaming.
Tools. Blood.
Lament.
Can I say organs? I don't know.
Jars. Yeah. Flint.
Money.
Ooh,
ash.
Oh, man. Stones.
Smoke. Incense.
Okay. Rocks. Fire. Did I say fire?
Yeah. Human.
Matches.
Body.
Yeah. Corpse.
There you go. Grave.
A pyre.
Oh, nice.
Thing.
Monument. I don't know.
A deity.
Oh, yeah. God, lowercase.
Okay. And time.
I felt. I don't think we've done that.
Okay.
I sadly feel that one got the creative juices.
You were ready. Shane's face lit up when I said things that a human sacrifice. If he didn't have his earbuds on or whatever, he would have turned his hat around like it's go time.
Yeah, If I didn't have to, I think I probably could have gotten a few more.
Okay.
Because there's a few I wanted to say, but all right.
Shane, how did we do?
7. This is I feel good. I feel good.
I was gonna say 6. I don't know that I've ever guessed
lower than
you.
I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
I think we.
Oh man. Okay, here we go. All right. Shane, there's a real possibility we know the things that a human sacrifice. This might be kind of our sweet spot.
This might be. Although I'm also terrified at the same time.
Did you have a picture in mind when I said it?
Either like Mayan or Indiana Jones 2.
Those are my 2 things.
Yes.
I went from Temple of Dooms to like
they
Mayan
absolutely were thinking of Indiana Jones 2. I'm guessing when they came up with this card.
That might have been rated either G or PG.
I think it was PG.
Yeah, what a time.
Yeah, what a time.
Oh my gosh, Shane. I don't think we did it. All right, here we go.
It's too late. Here we go.
Number 1, a virgin.
I guess.
Shows how many human sacrifices we've been. Who wouldn't even think of virgin?
I wouldn't even. Okay.
Rookie
mistakes.
Number 2, King Kong. That's what it says. King Kong. Did he sacrifice humans?
He was he was like to be like the whatever the fake island tribe people, they would sacrifice a human that King Kong would grab.
Oh, I don't remember all I remember is him with the woman climbing the tall building.
And I think she was the sacrifice, but he ended up not killing her essentially.
So the natives were sacrificing to King Kong.
Yes,
as like
in this story,
he was the deity god thing.
Yeah.
Over 2.
King Kong.
Okay, number 1, virgin. Number 2, King Kong. Number 3, natives.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we were not going to say that.
Number 4, fires. We said fire.
I said fire.
Singular.
Flames,
that counts.
Fire.
They said
good enough.
They said fires, but we're going to give ourselves credit. Mm-hmm. Number 5, dancing. You can't have a human sacrifice without dancing.
Shows how American we are.
Number 6, drums. That kind of makes sense.
That's kind of a all-encompassing sacrifice, not just like human sacrifice.
Number 7, an altar. I think I said altar.
You said altar.
Okay, we got altar.
Yep.
Number 8, an idol. We said God, lowercase g, and deity.
I mean, I'd give it a half.
A deity and God.
But idol, I think, is like...
That's like the embodiment of it.
It is.
I didn't think there was a real deity there.
That's true.
I'm going to count it.
Yeah, just throw us a bone here. Unless bone's not on there.
So we've got fire, altar, and deity so far.
Okay.
Going back to our natives who were dancing and playing the drums. Number 9, spears.
Spears. Uh-huh.
You got to coax the human towards the fires. And number 8... I think this just reflects the 80s grease paint.
Grease paint?
I'm imagining that's like the native painting their face.
Not just like face paint or paint, but...
Grease paint.
Grease paint.
That was not one of my top 10 things at a human sacrifice.
You could have given me an entire week of locked in this room, and I don't think I would have said grease paint.
If they had put human on here, that wouldn't have surprised me, and now I'm disappointed they didn't.
Yeah, if you think there's any...
Or blood.
There's no rhyme or reason. Okay.
We got 3.
You said number 8. I thought there was 10.
Virgin, King Kong, natives, fires, dancing. That's the first 5. Drums, an altar, an idol, spears.
Oh, yeah.
And grease paint.
Wow, what is that? 3?
We got 3.
If we include...
and deity, we stretch a little bit with idol.
Okay.
And fire, we pluralized to fires.
Flames or fires.
Wow. Okay. Well, I think we've all learned something, Shane.
I think we've learned that this game is awesome. The least inconsistent thing ever. Well, with that,
that was still awesome.
That was. I'm glad we got that card.
This just shows you, Shane, that winning isn't everything, because we did not win, and that is easily one of the highlights of my day.
Yeah, the human sacrifice piece of that, it was incredible. But,
how many of those do you think you can remember to ask Lauren over dinner? Like, ask her, and if she says them, do you think you'll remember them?
I think I could get like 8 out of 10 if I'm by the end of the day.
Do you think you get 8 right now if I asked you without looking?
I don't want to try. I don't care enough.
That's fair. Nope. There's no transition. Don't even try.
Don't even try.
We're gonna transition now to our Vibrant Conversations deck.
Yes.
I think conversations are awesome, and it is my experience that sometimes it is hard to start a conversation because we're in sort of routines and ruts and habits, and just most of our life is automated, and we just go from one thing to the next. And so that includes our conversations, which means if you've had the same conversation with the same person 1,000 times, it's easier sometimes just to sit in silence and say, "How are your fries?" It's hard to talk. So we have a resource. There are 1,000 things like it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or wherever you find conversation prompts, or the internet for free, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But this is one tool put out by Lutheran Ministries. So there's a spiritual bent. Some of them are more open-ended. Some of them are great. Some of them I think are dumb. But even talking about the dumbness can be a good conversation. So today, Shane, will you pick a card, any card?
Any card. All right, I'm going to pick it. And
don't show it to me. Memorize your card.
Wouldn't
it be cool if I did a trick? Would you be blown away if I did a card trick?
It would be the lamest podcast audio ever. Wow. Oh, okay. I'm putting the 8 of spades into the... Also, I'm going to guess this is the 8 of spades. I don't know if I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, yes, the trick itself would be boring for the listeners. But if I did one...
Just out of the blue?
And like your reaction, they would have had a good time. All right, show me your card.
All right, well, guess a card first.
8 of spades. You already said it.
Okay.
That was my guess, too.
Oh.
9 of diamonds.
Got the 9 of diamonds.
Wasn't even close. That was pretty close.
Kind of. All right, question of the day. All right, what was one adventurous thing you have eaten? Share about the meal.
Eaten?
I like it.
What is one... I was ready for a totally different kind of adventure.
Yeah, me too.
We talked about that last week. You like adventure and you almost die on mountains. But this is specifically one adventurous thing you have eaten.
Adventurous thing you have eaten. Share about the meal.
Huh.
I like this question. It's not assuming anything. It's...
Yeah. I don't know. It's not kind of forcing you into some weird religious box to make you feel guilty for not...
Yeah.
What are 10 things you've prayed about today?
What was an adventurous thing you have eaten? Share about the meal. I even love that it includes the meal part of it too. Like, share not just the food about.
Give us some context.
Yeah, I like it.
So I don't like adventurous eating.
You love sticking to your comfort food.
Several of the restaurants we go to, I don't even need a menu. I get the same thing every time. It's good. I know it's good. I know what I'm going to get.
And you don't care to try anything new.
No.
You want something that's going to taste, that you know is going to taste good to you.
Yes, I think I'd like you to go first because I don't have anything.
Oh yeah, I probably could have a lot.
Okay, first one that came to mind.
Dude, I love trying new things.
I know. I love it. I love that about you.
All right, but you have to think. I'm going to make you think of something.
I've got the thing actually we talked about yesterday.
All right. Well, we can trade blows here. So the first one I would say, because it's recent, when Lauren and I spent like 20 hours in Iceland.
Did you eat puffin?
No, I did not. But somebody did ask me that after last episode. By the way, did you eat puffin? No, I didn't. I don't even know if you can.
Dave was convinced they just farm them there.
I mean, maybe I don't.
McDonald's serves puffin quarter pounders.
Iceland is very resourceful in their foods and how they preserve it and kind of what they eat, because it's such an isolated place as far as like. They've got unique fish and birds there, and you eat what you get. I don't remember. I think a lot. Like there was really cool foods I had, but I don't remember like some of them. But the one I do for sure remember was fermented shark.
Ooh, okay. Fermented.
Exactly what it is.
Sounds sour. Sounds gross.
Like I asked the local waitress, server,
native, if you would.
Native. All right. Do you like it? And she's like, yeah, I like it. And so whatever, it was just tiny. It was basically like a Dixie, because it was it's very it was a very fancy thing, but I just got the kind of all encompassing Icelandic smorgasbord.
Okay. Sampler platter.
Yeah. And so there was just a little cube, a little tiny cube in a one of those tiny cups.
Okay.
Tried it, was just so sour and just rancid tasting.
Yeah,
just
okay.
It burned my nostrils. Was not pleasant.
Okay.
And the other fun food with it, I don't remember what it was called or what kind of fish it was, but it was basically a dehydrated fish, and it had the consistency of plastic. It was just I would not think this was edible. Yeah, I mean, it was like fish jerky, but harder than jerky. It was literally as hard could get, but you have to chew in it and moisten it up for a while, and then you can I don't know. It made me appreciate it. We also went there when we were really hungry.
So that was my question. Was this a meal or a novelty? Let's try a snack.
Oh, we were so hungry, and we just needed to find a place. We were carrying all this luggage, and we had to find a place that could accommodate us, because we just got off the plane, just got on this tram to take us to Reykjavik, and and there happened to be a music festival while we were there, and we found this place. We're okay, this place looks good. Everything's also really expensive in Iceland.
Yeah,
as far as the American dollar to there, it's pretty pricey. So we found a place, whatever, let's eat there, and. Yeah, we just everything sounded good. Even this foreign food that I maybe wouldn't get normally. I don't care. I'm so hungry, and it tasted amazing. Minus the fermented shark.
Okay,
I really liked it, and I really don't remember. I'm sure I got a picture of the food, but I'm sure we got a video of it too. But it was really good. So that's kind of where Lauren and I were. We had all our luggage just shoved in this corner
in an
with
airport.
us. Yeah, and it wasn't a big restaurant either.
Most places outside of America are much more modest in their establishments.
Yeah. But so memorable. Food had never tasted better when you were that hungry.
I think that is one of the reasons I don't explore new food, is because I'm hungry. Mm-hmm. And I'd be more likely to try it as a snack if I wasn't hungry. But if I need a meal, I can't take a $20 gamble on this might not be good. Because I'm starving I don't have money.
I'm the opposite in that. If I am hungry, I'm forced to.
You're gonna eat it.
Yeah, no matter what, you're gonna have to like it. Otherwise, you're just gonna starve.
Okay,
that's my.
No, I see that
mentality.
But I have a different mentality in that same setting of I can't risk it. I need the hungrier I am, the more basic of a thing I'm gonna order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Yeah.
Interesting. No, I like that. Your rationing makes sense to me. Your rationale of if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat it. So, and you might appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. That's one story I have. I feel like I could honestly.
You could go all day.
I could. So I'll say a few highlights and then, whatever. I want to hear if you thought of something.
I thought of a small one.
Okay.
And it's very recent. All right. So I recently, within the last month, have been looking into, hey, what's a healthier snack than just Doritos or whatever, or donuts? And I came across a dried edamame. It's like peanuts basically, but it's more protein than fat. Yeah, and they're crunchy and they're tasty. And so I asked Charlotte to say, hey, can you pick up some healthy snacks for me next time you're out? So she got these sea salt edamame, and they were great. But they were also kind of bland. They're generic. It felt good that it was healthy. I like the crunch. I like the salt.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I wonder if they have other flavors. And then I found wasabi dried edamame from the same thing. And I was like, I like spice.
Yeah.
So I got these, and probably 7 out of every 10 little edamame beans I would eat, 7 out of 10 were just normal, bland. 2 out of 10 had okay, there was something.
Yeah.
And about 1 out of every 10, my face twitched and my nose leaked and my eyes bugged out. And if I was driving a car when I ate that, I would have crashed for sure. Like 100%.
Straight in your nostril to your eyes and brain.
It was my brain was exploding. I'm like, I'm having a seizure. I literally would have died if I had eaten it while I was driving a car. Because like my whole head was shaking. It's like, an elf when he goes in the mall and they're like, fruit spray. Fruit spray. That's what I was doing. But I didn't.
But you kept eating them.
Well, so I gave you my analysis, kind of 7 out of 10 out of bland, 2 have a little something, and 1 will knock you on your rear. The first whole bunch I ate were the 7 out of 10, just boring. I was like, all right, these are fine, and then I just took a handful, and then it was devastating,
just devastating.
Absolutely devastating. And so it took concentration and tears and water on hand, and going back to Elf again, because that's my movie today.
Yeah.
When he's doing the Jack in the Box for punishment?
Oh yeah.
And he just hates it.
Wincing.
He's wincing and he's squeaming. And then, okay, it's fine. That's how I finished the rest of this bag.
Then you finished them too?
Oh yeah, because I told my kids, like, you got to help me because we're not going to get more of a better flavor because I'm cheap. I'm not going to waste these things. Like, we're finishing these, kids. I don't want to eat them, Dad. We're going to finish them. So I've got a little bit of one more Tupperware in my office as a snack, but it's been a cool test. Hey, am I hungry? I'm kind of, afternoon, I needed something to snack. Well, do I want to risk a wasabi edamame? I'm not that hungry.
Yeah.
So it's cut back on my snacking that in order to have a snack, I have to have this. I'm not that hungry.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's I wasn't trying to be adventurous. That's the thing. So I wanted a little kick. I thought maybe we'll have like a little Southwest edamame, or we'll take the sweet, sweet and savory or something
different,
not face twitching wasabi. So that was the only thing I could think of recently.
Okay, all right.
What about you? So what's your next story up? So you got a queue here.
I've got a queue, and I'm just kind of writing them as I remember.
Shane has a list on his paper. It's like Outburst over there.
I mean, I could literally keep on going, but because I'm just trying to remember. I know I've tried so many fun things, and I know awesome. I try to record. I when I go to a restaurant or a unique place to eat or somewhere different than my hometown. What I think of as American food.
Applebee's.
Yeah, exactly. I want to try something I'm going to remember. And that's my mentality going in. I'll be full no matter what when I eat this. And I can force food in if I really, really hate it. I just remembered another one.
Making memories.
Man. Okay. I'm realizing Shane. So many, dude,
this is awesome.
It'd be fun to have Lauren in here too, just to process some of them too, because she's the same way. We'll both get fun.
This could be your dinner conversation tonight. Hey, Lauren,
it might be.
Pastor Dan and I talked about this.
Yeah, I even remembered one. There's a picture in my office. I can, if you can stop by St. Luke's and see one of these stories later down the line. I'm just gonna go through these.
Oh yeah, do it.
It might have to. So there's a lot of wiggle room in how you define meal. This is just a fun story. Everyone has a fun story associated with it, and that's what I love about them.
This might be a whole mini series, Shane.
It honestly could be. I
have nothing to contribute.
The fun meals you eat,
the meals we eat. There you go. We had the games we play. The meals we eat.
The meals we
bring
eat.
in guests. What's your favorite meal?
What's your favorite meal? What's some fun meals you've had? I don't know. Ponder this. You can even talk about this when you're eating your filet mignon tonight. Yeah. Okay. So next one I have, just because it's always a fun.
What word did you write? Before you tell me the whole story, what's the word you wrote to help you remember?
Well, the first one I just wrote Iceland.
Love it.
Number
That's
2,
great.
You're gonna hate.
Okay.
And I'm saying this. I'm only telling this story because I know you'll hate it.
Okay.
Cat food.
Gross. Okay. Can you do the list? Just say your cue.
My cue at the moment. It's
Just
a lot of
go down
burgers.
all of
I
them.
love burgers, so it's a fun. All right. I got Iceland, cat food, Wagyu, alligator po' boy, burrito burger, drink roulette, elk burger, Elvis burger, garbage burger. You can see it derail from there.
That's like tequila samples.
Exactly.
All right.
Actually, there's some Mexico fun foods we had. year and a half ago
food.
too.
That one might need a little unpacking.
Yeah. So I want to make memories from things, and so that's the rationale I have. And my freshman year of college, I was on a kick.
A cat food kick?
No, not a cat food kick, but I was on a kick of getting free things. Because it was early on in like internet-ish when you, like it was like, hey,
like free samples.
Give us all of your personal information and we'll send you a small free thing. And I was like, dude, you could get all this free stuff if you just keep submitting all of your personal information to people. So I was getting free razors. I was getting free, I don't even know, just random stuff. And one of those things was like animal food. And I got some cat food to my dorm room. And I just had it in my closet forever. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? Like, give it to the raccoons? I don't know. And I was talking to my closest.
Is it dry or like?
It was wet. Yep. It was in a can. And I told my friend, I was like, hey, end of the year shebang. Let's on our last day, let's eat some cat food. No. We're gonna remember this. Yeah, and we basically, it was like,
I'm so disappointed.
It was late at night, 11 p.m. I don't know. It was dark, and I was like, all right, we're gonna go outside, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna remember this. And we still do. It's very core, and yeah,
like tiny nibble, or like you finished the can.
No, we didn't. Yeah, no, we just wanted to like try a decent amount of it, so not a little like tongue tap. But
did it taste any different than canned tuna fish? Because in my head, those are the identical product.
It tasted very identical
to
tuna.
That's why I can't eat tuna, because my neighbors had wet cat food, and I remember them opening the can and the smell and the taste and the cat slurping it up, and then they'd make like tuna. I'm like, that's the same thing.
So my friend, who I won't name to protect his identity, he threw up.
Appropriately so.
I did not. I think I actually had 2 bites because I was like, I think that it wasn't exactly tuna, but it was very close. It was like, okay, it's a little chickeny-ish.
Tuna of the sea.
Yeah. I don't recommend eating cat food. It's not like cooked food, and it's, it could be, not good for humans. But if you had to live off it, I suppose you could. But yeah, it was a very fun meal. Which I share to this
meal.
day.
That's a generous word.
Well, it was a late night snack.
Snack, also gross.
So it's a fun story I like to tell.
This is one of the ways my wife and kids love me. You know that, Shane, but our listeners might not. That my family likes tuna noodle, casserole.
As do I.
And they will only eat it when I'm out of town.
They hide the can stash from you.
Yeah, because the whole house smells, their breath smells, the kitchen smells. So they do it when I'm gone, and then they're able to like fumigate the house or whatever.
Do you like fish? I'm trying to remember. Like
some fish,
like sushi fish.
I only had sushi once.
Wow.
And I was in Virginia. It was my senior year of high school, and a friend or two from St. Louis came out. And they had recently discovered sushi, so we went to a place, and it tasted fine, but the bad taste left in my mouth was the bill.
That's good.
So I was like, ooh, that was way more expensive than I was prepared for, boys. Like,
yeah.
And so I don't remember. It wasn't. I mean, it was probably $100. But like,
yeah,
high school,
it's a
30 years ago. That's a lot of money.
Well, the price hasn't changed. Okay. Well, I mean, it's gone up, but I mean, so it's expensive.
I liked it just fine. I liked the wasabi with it.
Yeah, you like wasabi.
I walked away going, that wasn't worth it for the cost. I'll just go to Taco Bell next time.
Nachos are cheaper than that.
Taco Bell is great for me. Fits my budget, fits my lifestyle. Their hours are good.
I think I've had seafood nachos before. With essentially like crab meat. It was like poke nachos. Yeah, it was. I think Lauren ordered it. I don't remember where. Some more food
on a Pokemon hunt.
Yeah, no, not that.
Wrapped it up with poke nachos.
Not Pocket Monster, but it was. You know what poke is?
Pocket Monster? Is that what poke stands for?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Life lessons. Sorry. Wow. But yeah, do you know what poke is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like warm rice, cold fish on top, essentially. But there was poke nachos.
Okay.
It was really good. Raw meat, I don't know, fish and stuff.
Awesome.
Wagyu, recently graduation. We were in California for graduation, and I'm frugal. I'm like most of the time like eating out. So like
we got that really with ever the go free cat food story earlier.
Exactly, you know.
Also, you're frugal.
Nothing's changed. Also, I'm frugal. So yeah, when I don't get steak often because like when I'm at like a Texas Roadhouse or any like sit down place, I don't get steak. I don't know it. I'm not. I don't know. Maybe each steak tastes differently.
They have the butteriest rolls at Texas Roadhouse.
They're great. They're like, cinnamon butter.
You can do your makeup in the reflection of one of those things. They shine.
They slither down your throat.
Yeah.
So yeah. But if I ordered a steak somewhere, I'd get it rare because I think rare. You know, if it's a really good meat, the more rare it is, it's the more like. That's the quality of the meat that you're eating.
Okay.
But we were in California for a graduation dinner for Lauren's brother, and there was a like Wagyu burger.
Okay.
And I was like, let's get this thing as rare as you can make it.
All right.
And they ordered it, and it got there, and I was eating it, and it wasn't great. It was not good. And then Lauren's dad pointed out, like, yeah, this is imitation Wagyu. This isn't like actually Wagyu. It's like it's bred from a cow that, you know, whose great grandfather was a Wagyu cow.
You just had uncooked beef.
I just had uncooked burger beef, and it was that was not pleasant. So I wanted to be adventurous. Regretted it. I can go through all of them.
How about a lightning round? Give us like a 1 minute or one sentence for each one. Just go.
Alligator po' boy. I love Southern food. I love trying new things. Alligator po' boys are Southern sandwiches. Got it the day after my brother's wedding at the really cool outdoor bar place. It was really fun. Okay. It tastes really good. Burrito burger.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah. It was on a family vacation on the way to South Dakota last 2 summers ago, and Lauren and I were so hungry we stopped outside of Wyoming or South Dakota, and there was the first restaurant we could find that was decently priced, and they had a burrito burger, which was basically the patty was wrapped in like in a burrito. Everything that's in a burrito.
I had a burrito quesadilla at Applebee's one time. That was off the hook.
It was so good. That was an incredible random like. It was a nice restaurant for being in the middle of nowhere. Drink roulette when I was in high school.
High school?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. No, it's not that kind. But but my friends and I, one of the friends was the same friend we
cat food.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were high school friends. But 2 other friends, we were like, let's do something fun and let's record it. We never got the recording, but like we basically just bought a bunch of random drinks like milk, guava juice, apple juice, water, soda, lemon, straight lemon extract, and basically like we just played a game of like, all right. Pick from the bucket. We wrote all the drink things down. All right. Pick another one. Mix those 2 drinks together. Drink it. So I remember my combination was root beer milk.
Oh shit!
It tasted
like a float.
Yeah, it tastes like a float. Actually.
Okay.
It actually wasn't bad. It was like, oh no, and then when I drank it, I'm like, actually, this is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a Coke float than a root beer float. And
that sounds good.
I put the put the soda in first and then the ice cream.
Ooh.
If we put the ice cream in first, the foam goes over the top, and then you get all foam.
Yeah,
but
if
you put the soda in first and add ice cream, it cuts down on the foam. That's my pro tip.
That's a good pro tip.
So there you go.
That also reminded me when Lauren
I saw you wrote another thing down. I said Coke float.
Everything is just a prompt after another prompt, but that reminds me. Lauren and I tried hot chocolate float in Leavenworth.
Oh,
terrible!
No,
yeah,
okay.
It's the worst of both worlds. Your ice cream melts and you're getting cold hot chocolate.
I thought you meant like a spicy hot chocolate. Not
no.
Because I like
I do. Yeah,
pepper, like a spiced. Hot chocolate.
There's like a kick to it. No.
Like
this is ice. This is ice cream and hot chocolate mixed together. It was like
it's the worst of both worlds.
Really is. We're paying overpriced tourist prices for it. Like. Oh, it was bad. It's really bad. Don't get the hot chocolate float.
Okay. Keep going. Lightning round.
Elk burger. I just love indulging in these stories. That's why this is my prompt.
This is it. You picked it.
Elk burger.
Destined.
It was destined. Elk burger.
Knock on wood.
Goblins. Okay. Elk burger. Lauren and I finished up our gig at Mineral Lake 2-3 July 4ths ago. They've redone Mineral Lake in case you are local Washingtonian. They've done a lot to like make it look really nice.
Never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of locals are like, oh, Mineral Lake. They've done a lot to make it look better. But outside of it, there was like a little trail cart. I don't remember where, but some town outside on the way back from Mineral Lake. And there they had elk burger because elk is very prominent in this part of the world.
Subsistence farming out there.
Yeah, it was a really good burger. I really liked it. Elvis Burger here locally, local plug at Jersey's, which is kind of next to Fred Meyer. It's a dive bar, but I really like their food. Greasy food, semi-cheap beer. It's great. They have an Elvis burger, which Elvis frequented. He loved like peanut butter banana sandwiches, but apparently I think he loved peanut butter burgers, and it's basically a burger with peanut butter on it. It was not good. I did not like it.
There's a restaurant in Jerusalem called like the Elvis Cafe.
And is it just peanut butter?
No, but it's an American diner in Jerusalem that's all Elvis. And every time I've led a tour to Israel, we wrap up at the Elvis Cafe.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's real good.
The Elvis Cafe?
So that's not weird food, but it's a weird juxtaposition.
Hey, I think that's a unique restaurant.
It's a really good burger.
Prompts good conversation.
See, we're doing it. Okay.
We're doing it. Garbage Burger.
Yeah.
There's a place, in Pensacola, in that area, Pensacola, Florida. Oh, man, I can't remember what it's called. There's dollar bills all over the ceiling.
One of those.
But it's also on the nice end too. It straddles the.
It's like a nice dive bar.
It's like a nice dive bar.
Okay.
It's got an Irish name. I can't remember, but they've got the Garbage Burger, which is an expensive burger with everything in the kitchen on it. Like it is
like waffles.
It's a foot high, and it's. And they pair everything in the worst way. They've got like, all right,
gross.
Okay, the patty's in there, but it's like, all right, cheese, sauerkraut, ice cream, liverwurst.
Oh, Shane.
Like everything in the kitchen. Sweet, the sour, the savory.
I wouldn't eat it if you paid me money, let alone would I be willing to pay money.
I left that. That was the one time I left hungry from one of these meals.
Okay.
I could not. It really, the name is true to itself. It is a garbage burger.
And they're like, we told you.
Yeah.
Like all sales.
They warn you. It's like, it's like, it's not good. Like, but I ordered it.
Wow.
And then, okay. That
wasn't the first thing that was like the 10th thing you thought of. That wasn't even the first half of your list.
There is I could probably quadruple this list of stuff, but the last one I want to end on because it was beautiful and I loved it so much. When Lauren and I went to London last summer for our little music tour, we made sure the first morning, because time zone changes and everything else, after our first morning of waking up, we went straight to the most local downtown London English breakfast we could find.
Get bangers and mash, mushy peas.
There were mushy peas. Yeah, bangers and mash is more like not breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. So what's breakfast?
English breakfast. You got your beans and toast. You've got your mushy peas.
Yeah.
I mean, egg. There was just like cooked tomato. I don't know.
Okay.
Just tomato and cooked, and there's sausage.
Do they have an egg on one of those little fancy pedestals, or you have to tap it?
No. I'm trying to remember a part of it. I made sure to get tea. You always got to get tea. But then the thing we kept seeing was the blood sausage, or like the coagulated blood
for breakfast.
Lauren did not like it, but I loved it.
Lauren did not care for the blood sausage.
No,
breakfast.
But I loved it. I thought
you're Wisconsinite.
I am, but that was probably the most unique thing of like the English breakfast. But I really loved it, and it was the best tasting meal during that whole trip because the time zone changed because of terrible sleep. I was looking forward to this meal forever, and I was so hungry by the time we got there. And it was just like small, like two tables in this really cramped room. Just one person working there, and like take your order, they just give it to you, and it's just as local could be for like downtown London, and it was beautiful.
That's awesome. I love it. One of the things Jan says in our outro, is to we kind of invite people to keep the conversation going.
Yes,
and it seems like this prompt will accomplish that for us.
Oh yeah, will it for you for home or?
I think there are some variations of this that
I'd be curious if I asked and you asked your family if like, hey, what was the most thing you ate? They remember you eating?
Yeah, and I'm curious also to ask them like, what's something you want to eat? Because I'm not sure I expose them to weird stuff, but maybe they have some inner desires.
Maybe they really want to try liverwurst.
I don't know. Maybe. So this is ridiculous, Shane. This has been ridiculous.
Should we put it back in the deck?
No. You were the right conversation partner for this prompt.
Oh, thank you. I don't think I realize because I love to just try things and I don't think much of it. But now I'm like realizing from this prompt of
That's your jam, dude.
I love the conversation it brings and I love that the stories it pulls out of me and like, oh yeah, this is what we were doing in this phase of life when I was doing this.
When I ate cat food.
When I was eating cat food and when I ate a burrito burger and like it's those kind of meals that help bring the conversation up. Remember that part in your life. I really love the food conversation. I'm not a chef or a cook by any means, but I think food has a good room for conversation, whether that's you're having a conversation at a meal or you're talking about food.
Yeah, I'm actually a bit hungry now.
Oh, sorry.
So, Shane, thank you for the conversation. Viewers, listeners, thanks for joining us. We'd love to hear what memorable meals you've had. And our teaser for the day to lure you into coming back next week. How many total students attend Arizona State University, the nation's largest university? You'll have to come back next time.
Take the next week to think about that.
Think about it.
All right. See you later, listeners. We'll catch you later.
That's the end of the episode, but we want to continue the conversation. Continue the conversation by sharing this episode, subscribing, or leaving a review. Connect with us on Instagram at 2414 podcast. Connect with us through email at 2414@stlukes-church.com. Or best of all, keep the conversation going by inviting someone to process with you so that you can each walk away with more understanding that leads to more conversation as the journey continues. If you happen to be in the Seattle-Tacoma area of Washington, stop by on a Sunday morning and say hi. 2414 is a podcast produced by St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Federal Way, Washington. To find more content, discover upcoming opportunities to connect in person, or to support the show, head on over to stlukes-church.com. Thanks for walking with us.